Joining me now, Harry Hauk, retired NYPD detective, first grade, specializing in counterterror and active shooter protocol. He has watched his tape with us. He has watched it before he arrived, and he joins me now with his assessment. Sir, good to have you here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think?
I must have watched this video about 15 times today. And, initially when you see him coming up with in the club car, right, children are running out of a building, right? Now, he probably didn't know where the shots were being fired exactly at that time, but I would have went over to those children to find out where the shots were being fired and where the shooter was. I didn't see him do that. Second of all, the man doesn't even have his gun in his hand. I did not see a weapon in his hand at all. So he goes and he takes a position, and he's calling that shots going inside of that building. Now, let me tell you something. No matter what protocols may have been, we had protocols all the time. We never followed them. When shots were being fired, especially at a school, and especially after what happened in Columbine, and the active shooter protocols have changed for every single police department, is that you're to engage that shooter instantly the minute you hear those shots being fired. Now, I can see him getting on the radio and saying, listen, there's shots fired inside a building. We have a shooter there. I'm going in. I listened to the recordings from the police transmissions. The first transmission, from the first transmission, him calling to about 9 minutes, it took 9 minutes for the Broward County Sheriff's officers to enter that building. That's a problem. And I'm saying to myself, I can't see that many coward police officers showing up at the same time. I've been a cop for 25 years. I might have seen 2 cowards my entire life. All right? For officers not to directly go in that building and wait a whole 9 minutes, there's something wrong. There's something the sheriff is not telling us.
He's telling them on that call to stay 500 yards away.
Right.
He's talking to the other officers who were on their way.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from for him to say stay 500 feet away?
He says he believed, he didn't say anything after this was released, but initially he said that he thought the shots were being fired outside. But in this video, he's not running around trying to find out where that's happening. He's
not
literally
near the building. He's
frozen in place.
Right. He's 40 yards away from the building. All right, so you see somebody, you see the guy that was with runs into the building, but I believe if he was standing here, this is where the building was, where the shooting was occurring. All right, so he could have took a position over there and ran into the building and just go over the radio, I'm going in, send everybody. At the same time, when he's in that corner, you see other police officers come and take a position and not go into the building. They probably didn't know exactly where the hell the shooting was going on. Now, I know...
He says over the radio he thinks it's in 1200, and I have to assume they all understand which buildings are which.
Maybe, maybe not, because that's why you have a school safety officer. Maybe these officers
But he should be the one saying to them, that's 1200.
Exactly, that's 1200. That's the one to run in. And they're probably saying to themselves, listen, how come this guy's not running into the building? We're supposed to be following this guy, and it didn't happen. So I think there's a lot more the sheriff isn't telling us here. I mean, that officer should have went into that school and protected those children's lives.
Very disturbing. Mr. Hauk, thank you very much.